Hi guys, I'm Tracy. Thank you for joining me today. So I have a really exciting product that I wanted to share with you guys, and that is the Patrick Ta, the new limited edition blush palette with the 3 different shades in both the cream and the powder formula. So I'm going to be doing a demo with all of the 3 shades, and then at the end I added on a very short clip of swatches of them all, the cream next to the powder swatches. I forgot to mention that, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you all in the demo. Does he call this Major Headlines Blush Palette? So it comes with 3 different colors in that duo layout. So one's a cream, one's a powder, and they kind of match. And when I saw this, I just knew right away I wanted to get it because I've been very curious about his blush formula, and a lot of the duos have been out of stock for some time. I believe they still are, and it looks like this one right now is, but I'm pretty sure it will be restocked fairly quickly. So there are 3 shades. This is limited edition, I think, for the holidays. So there are 3 shades. I just received this, like I just went to the door and got it. So this is the palette, beautiful packaging. I have not bought a Patrick Ta product ever. So this is my first one. So I'm not familiar with the formula at all. So but I've been eyeing them for some time, so I am familiar with the colors. So you get, with the creams, they're 1 gram each, so you get 3 grams total for the creams, and then 1.1 grams for the powder, so 3.3. So you actually get total less with this palette than you do with the duo, but I'm totally fine with that because I rather get more colors and less product than more product and, you know, just one color. So here they are. So she is brighter than I expected, especially this middle shade. Super bright, the middle coral shade. So there you go, and it has this little flap like his other ones do to keep the creams from drying out. So one's pink. I'll go over the names, but they're different colors. So the pink is She's Vibrant. The middle one, the poppy, is She's a Doll. And then the mauve, the darker one, is She's Baked. So She's a Doll, She's Vibrant, and She's Baked. So that kind of goes with the theme that he's been using for his other colors. But these are all original, so I really liked that they weren't just repeats of what he had and then he put them together in a palette. So I am going to try on the pink side. On this side, I'm going to do the really bright, like coral, what does he call it? It's bright orange pink on this side. And then I'm going to take that off and put the mauve color on both sides. That color I'm really excited for. It kind of looks like a neutral, like the other one that he has. I think that one's called She's So LA. It's like a brown, you know, kind of like a bronzer-ish color. So let's give this a try. So I did all my makeup. I didn't put blush on. I did put bronzer. I put a little bit of highlighter, but I kind of tried to wipe what I did have off. So I'm gonna start. So I know he says to do the powder first and then put cream on top. I'm not gonna do that just because I've never done that in my life. I've always done creams and then I'll top it off with a powder. It's just what I'm more comfortable with and less likely for it to get messed up. So I'm gonna just do it my way. So I'm gonna start with the pink on this side, and I'll zoom in a little bit here. So it's not like a super soft formula. It kind of you kind of really need to get your brush in there. I'm using the Sonergy mini base. This is like my favorite cream blush brush. And because I'm going to do the powder, I'm not going to put too much on. So that's one go at the cream. I'm going to build it up a little bit to see how that works. So this is a really nice, so far really nice like baby doll pink shade, which I really do like that color. For me though, it is hard to find one that looks nice on me. I tried the Shiseido like mousse one, and it just didn't look good. So I do think these shades, these are like bright pink ones, are kind of hard to get right. I mean, at least for me it is. So it's not super pigmented when you put it on. Okay, now I'm gonna use the mini cheek from Sonergy. I'm gonna use the powder on top of that. So a lot came off on that with one little swipe. So yeah, the powder is pigmented. That really does bring the brightness out. Eyeshadow there. I don't know if this lighting is the best. No, that's worse. That's better. Okay, so far that's what we have. I don't want to overdo it. And then I'm going to use the classic base on the other side so I don't mix these colors. I'm going to use the bright, this coral color right here. So that's interesting. I do have a lot, I mean not a lot, but I do have a bunch of cream blush formulas. My favorite right now is the Tower 28, the Beach Please one. I love the color Magic Hour. It's just like my perfect neutral pink shade. So I'm used to that one. That one picks up easier. This one you have to kind of really get your brush in there. And so far I'm really liking this shade. It doesn't look too different from the pink. It just has like a tad bit of more of a coral peachy undertone. Okay, so that shade's coming out a lot more on me. And then I'm going to go in with the Hakuhodo G511. I'm doing my little brushes just so we can see like exactly where I'm putting it on, as opposed to maybe for the last one I'll use a bigger brush. This tends to like spread the product out over a larger area, so this way we could really see a lot came out there too. I'm a little worried. Okay. Okay, so there is she's vibrant color. So I really like that shade. It is a lot. I can tell the color, even not putting too much on, it really shows more. This one is a little more sheer, I would say, both the powder and the cream. I think this one looks like a little bit more natural, but I like both. I'm gonna have to wear them a little bit more. This kind of on me looks a little like a sunburn. You know, a lot of people like that kind of sunburn blush look. To me, that's what it looks like in person. I don't know if it's translating on camera, but that's what we got There. I'm going to put a little bit more of the pink just to see how that builds up. And this side, it seems to have more of a sheen. I don't know if you can see that. And this one does a little, but I think a little less. This one is a little bit more, not shimmer, there's no shimmer, just like a little bit of a reflection. So there we go. All right, I am going to take a picture. I'm going to take this off, and then we're going to come back to use the mauve shade. All right, I'm back. I wiped off what I had, and I put some foundation and some powder on top of that. So I'm going to be brave and do the powder and then cream technique that he recommends. When he recommends things, I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know if it's going to work for me, because I think most of the people he works with are like, you know, models in their 20s that don't have any, you know, skin, I don't want to say blemishes. They don't have, you know, as many spots and fine lines like I do. So I'm going to try it anyways. So I'm going to be using this mauve, it's the most like neutral shade. It's called She's Baked. And this was the color that really grabbed my attention, because it's, you know, it's unique, and I think the most fall appropriate. And then after this, I'm going to do some swatches, and then a couple of other cream blushes that I have that kind of remind me of these shades. I'm using the Sonia G mini base again. Oh shoot, I said I was going to do powder first. Okay. All right, so the powders pick up really, really easily. That's just one little dip. This is the Chikuhodo Z4. All right, so far that's really beautiful. It doesn't look quite as purple on. It kind of looks more like pinky red. This is what I can see right here. Okay, do that on this side. Okay, there it is with just the powder. A tad bit here. I really like it with just the powder. Okay, now we're gonna do the cream. I'm not sure what his you know, what his thought process when he says put the powder underneath. If anyone knows, let me know, because I would think it would make it a little easier to transfer, but we'll see. Okay, so that's with both of them. That's with just the powder. Just putting a little at a time, because this color is probably the most intense, the most pigmented. And this one is also very luminous, not sparkly, but very reflective. You guys can see that. and in real life it is very reflective as well. But so far I'm really impressed with all the colors. I don't know what my favorite is. I'm gonna have to wear these a little longer, but I think just from this really, you know, short period of testing these colors, I think I like the She's Vibrant, the bright coral shade. I think I like that one the best. But I think they're all very beautiful. And was there anything else I was going to share? Oh, you get a really nice mirror here, and you know, the signature rose gold packaging, which is really beautiful. But yeah, now there's fingerprints all over. But you know, for the price, this product feels very high-end. The packaging, the way the formula feels, and the way it applies, I'm very pleased so far. So there is a color that the mauve shade reminds me of, and that is the LYS cream blush in Empower. So I've had this for a while. I got it when it first launched, and I really don't use this color a whole lot. I really should. But it comes out, it's a very deep shade. So I'm gonna attempt to swatch for you guys. Swatching is not my best skill. So that's the LYS. I'm going to compare it to the She's Baked shade. So yeah, these are very, very different. The Patrick Ta creams, I mean, look, if you can see how it looks on my finger compared to the other one, they're much slippery feeling and much more sheer. See, like that's about the same amount. So the LYS is going to have a very strong pigmentation when you first go in, and I feel like the Patrick Ta is much more buildable, and it's more, it kind of is watercolor-ish. Like when I'm looking at it, it looks more like a watercolor painting as opposed to like an oil-based painting. Does that make sense? I mean, I don't know if they're both oil-based, but you know, it just, like, this is a Monet and this is a Van Gogh, if that makes sense. It's just, they're very, very different. And then I'm going to compare the middle, the She's Vibrant shade, with the Tower 28 in Rush Hour. This kind of reminds me of this one, not in the pan, but kind of on the cheeks. It kind of reminds me of this one. I don't use this Tower 28 shade so much, just because I like the Power Hour one so much better, but I do love the Tower 28 formula. I hope it's translating right. It kind of looks, my lighting's not the best. It looks much brighter in person. Okay, I'm gonna put I'll try to take some photos in the sunlight so that these colors can, you know, they look better. Okay, now I'm going to try the Patrick Ta and She's Vibrant. See how light it is? So yeah, these on the arm don't look similar at all. This one is way more orange and this is way more pink. So yeah, not really comparable, but formula wise, the Tower 28 is a little bit more like the Patrick Ta, I would say, but the Patrick Ta is the sheerest of all the cream blushes I've tried. So you know, if you're very fair, I think that these shades will work out well because they're going to be hard to overdo, you know. And then I don't have anything that's like the She's a Doll, the pink shade, so I am going to just swatch it on its own. See, again, just has a very, very subtle pigmentation. I'm going to put it right here. That's a really beautiful color swatched, actually. And then I'm going to kind of like blend these out a little bit. So that's the vibrant one. This is the baked one. It's like they're staining my skin. That's kind of what it looks like and kind of what it feels like. And then here is the She's a Doll. Oh, but did I say those wrong? Yeah, She's a Doll, like the bubblegum pink shade up here. Okay, so that's the best I can do with the swatches. So I didn't realize that about his formula, but I'm sure a lot of you guys who have already tried his cream blushes probably already know that. And I feel like the powders they're pretty pigmented. They are very powdery. Let me see if I could show you guys just how much it picks up so easily. So let me just like pick this one up. Just very lightly tapping. Like a lot comes out. So just be careful. It's not at all like a baked gelée where you need a very like firm brush. I think what I would do also is maybe even mix these. Now that I have, you know, 3 different shades, I can play with mixing the different shades and seeing how they come out. And just because the She's a Doll, it's a little like too much of a cool undertone, I think. For some reason it's coming out like that on me. So maybe I would mix it with the very like coral vibrant shade, or the She's Baked, that mauve neutral shade. So okay, that's really all I had. I just wanted to make sure I got this out as soon as possible because I know this is a very popular product, and I know for me I was like, yes, I'm getting that right away, and I'm very glad I did. And I don't really have a favorite, but if anything, I think that She's Vibrant shade would be my like short-term favorite for now. Okay. All right. So that's really all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.